Welcome back to Eternal Bible Stories. In our last episode, we explored the legacy of Esau and the rise of the Edomite nation. Now, the spotlight turns to a new chapter in Genesis, the beginning of the journey of Joseph. This is the story of Genesis chapter 37. Joseph's dreams, his father's favor, and his brother's betrayal. Jacob lived in the land of Canaan, where his father had stayed. This is the account of Jacob's family line. Joseph, a young man of 17, was tending the flocks with his brothers. He brought a bad report about them to their father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other sons, because he had been born to him in his old age. He made an ornate robe for him, a coat of many colors. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more, they hated Joseph and could not speak a kind word to him. Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said, "Listen to this dream I had. We were binding sheaves of grain in the field when suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." His brothers said, "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he had said. Then Joseph had another dream and told it to his brothers. "I had another dream, and this time the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me." When he told his father as well, Jacob rebuked him. "What is this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you?" His brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Now Joseph's brothers had gone to graze their father's flocks near Shechem. Israel said to Joseph, "Go and see if all is well with your brothers and the flocks, and bring word back to me." Joseph went to Shechem, but his brothers were not there. A man found him wandering in the fields and told him they had gone to Dothan. So Joseph went after his brothers and found them in Dothan. But they saw him from a distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. "Here comes that dreamer," they said. "Come now, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns and say that a wild animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams." Reuben heard this and tried to rescue him. "Let's not take his life," he said. "Don't shed any blood. Throw him into this cistern here in the wilderness, but don't lay a hand on him." Reuben planned to come back and rescue Joseph later. So when Joseph arrived, they stripped him of his robe, the ornate robe he was wearing, and they took him and threw him into the empty cistern. As they sat down to eat, they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead. Judah said, "What will we gain if we kill our brother and cover up his blood? Let's sell him to the Ishmaelites. After all, he is our brother." So they pulled Joseph out of the cistern and sold him for 20 shekels of silver. The merchants took him to Egypt. When Reuben returned and saw that Joseph was not there, he tore his clothes. He went back to his brothers and said, "The boy isn't there. Where can I turn now?" They took Joseph's robe, slaughtered a goat, and dipped the robe in the blood. They brought it to their father and said, "We found this. Examine it to see whether it is your son's robe." Jacob recognized it and said, "It is my son's robe. A wild animal has devoured him. Joseph has surely been torn to pieces." Then Jacob tore his clothes, put on sackcloth, and mourned for his son many days. All his sons and daughters came to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. "I will continue to mourn until I join my son in the grave," he said. Meanwhile, the Midianites sold Joseph in Egypt to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the guard. And so ends the first chapter of Joseph's story, from dreams of greatness to betrayal and slavery. Yet this is only the beginning of how God will use even the darkest moments for his divine plan. If this story spoke to your heart, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more timeless Bible stories brought to life. We'll be back soon with the next episode, as the spotlight shifts briefly from Joseph to an unexpected scandal in Judah's family. Until then, may the eternal word guide you.